Alright, first and foremost, we'll start off by saying, all praises be to Yahweh, Hashem, I want to see the apostles at Great Millstone and salute you, bro. Keep the word out there in sincerity and in truth, man. And basically, this is we're just gonna go straight into it and talk about stuff that's happening, stuff that's gonna happen, and shit, and just general things like that, bro. What we are gonna go into, I want to go into some chariot stuff, but before we do that, let's just go into some destruction.
All right. I got something. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction."
Right, the Lord said that He's going to bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Yeah. So we're talking about mass chaos that is going to be happening on the planet Earth, which is a tool for fear. People say, "Oh, you're fear mongering." That's what people usually say. They go to people to scoff. They'll go, "Oh, you guys are fear mongering," right? But a matter of fact, the scriptures actually instills fear into people. Because everybody needs correction in this way of life of just doing whatever floats the boat. But you can't do that. It's like you just can't live like that in anything. And that's why we see in the earth. Like, for example, if you got the sea and you're just polluting the sea, then the fish, when you start fishing now, you're trying to eat fish, your fish are going to be polluted. So you can't just do what you want. But people do that. People do that stuff. So now the fear of the Lord is going to be learned as to why you don't do these stupid ass things. Alright.
It says, "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled."
Right, wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole man. So the whole earth is under this demonic vibration of the wicked elites and the Edomites, Esau, Edom, that are polluting every facet of life that you can think of. One of the pollutions is mentally, is lies. They say that everybody in history, which confuses everything. Everybody's confused. They'll say they're the Egyptians, they say they're the Israelites, they say that they're the Persians, they'll say that everything. They'll say the Hannibal Barca, everything. Now, that just causes, they say they ruled in the Dark Ages, which is trash the Dark Ages. And the Bible was used in that, but yet they were the people. That's crazy, man. And basically, it's tools of they're liars, and it's tools of control. So all these different nations, they don't have a sense of history and empowerment. You know what I mean? So basically, you can control them and all that. Go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Jeremiah 15:3. It says, "And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord: the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour."
Yeah, so that's more judgment. Yeah, the sword to slay, the dogs to tear, which is all out chaos, because the Lord can do that. He controls the animals, the patterns of the animals and all of that, everything. The Lord can put a spirit on an animal to attack. You got that show when animals attack, they'll randomly attack somebody, because animals don't usually do that. Yeah, that people don't, but they don't actually just. So they'll randomly attack someone, but the Lord could have put a spirit on that animal. Someone could have been messing with the animal, whatever. But this is prophecy that's taking place now. That's all for correction, because and judgment, because there's no judgment in the earth right now. No righteous judgment. It's just left to chaos. Matter of fact, the Illuminati's term that they use is what order is order out of chaos. So the Illuminati, the Edomites that are at the top, the Amalek, fake Jews, all that, they're the ones who are creating and pushing this fucking chaos, man. Right? So there you have it. Now the Lord's gonna do all sorts of stuff. I mean, you seen them. I remember France, because they always having riots, but there was these big ones and anti-government protests. People getting their hands blown off. People getting all sorts of crazy, life-changing things were happening to people in those riots. Yeah. Go ahead.
So it says, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
And you've got loads of beasts that are going to do that. As a matter of fact, there's loads of scriptural examples of Yahweh Shai using animals to judge people, man. So a lot of you scoffers, scorners out there that we're seeing, and you're popping up and you're doing mad things and all that, and you're lying, all this scoffing, it's not really what you want to be doing, because you're coming against people, or they're just, and it's funny and all that, coming against, believers of the Lord, yeah. But then there's spiritual connotations to that, which you've not considered. You can't just do things like that. Let's get the example of when they called the prophet bald head, because that's another thing. I look at his bald, look at him, he can't grow hair. Should have stopped, and because some people naturally can't do that, so they'll mock. They look at him, because people just like mocking. People run their mouth without considering anything. So let's get a biblical example of that.
Yep. This is 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 23. Verse 23. And he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, this is talking about Elisha, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of Yahweh.
So, can you put curses on people in the name of the Most High and His Son? Yes, you can. Because these demons will try and put curses on you in the name of Satan, in the name of witchcraft, in the name of all sorts, and false gods, in the name of different false gods and deities, yeah? So can we put curses on people in the name of the Most High? You're damn right we can. And that's an example of it right there. So all I use we can, and that's the protection of the Most High. And you guess who's gonna win in the end anyway? The ones that believe in the Most High. Not you. You gotta understand, man. The Lord said the gods of the nations are idols, yeah. But the Lord made the heaven. So all these spirits, these demons, these principalities, all of that, who owns them? Yahweh Shai owns these spirits, these principalities. Let's finish up on that if we can.
And he turned back and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of Yahweh Shai. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tear 40 of them.
And that was true, and they got attacked by the bears. So that's that the Lord used animals to carry out judgment, man. So that's heavy. You might have a dog around you, or certain or some animal pet, and that just one day just jacks your ass up. So that's one example. The Lord used lions, used bees, and all of this sting people up. As a matter of fact, the plagues of Egypt, they're major plagues, and the Lord said that the plague of Egypt were going to happen now. So that means we've seen certain things, rivers, turn to blood, frog plagues. You got more worse than Egypt, with all these animals dropping out the sky, beaching themselves, all types of mad locusts and things, and even that's a bit just turning up in towns. There was one time in Seattle somewhere they were saying it was sky high. So this is what's going on, bro.
got something.
Hmm?
Okay, this is First Peter 4 and 14. It says, if ye be reproached for the name of Yahushua, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the power resteth upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer of men's matters. If any man suffer as one of the anointed, as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify.
Yeah, so we're going to suffer in the name of the Lord, but suffer righteousness. That's where the scoffers come. Oh, you guys are this, or you guys are that, or you this, or this, and this. But that's all right, because it's all in the name of us teaching the scriptures and the Bible, right? But you know, now if you're doing straight up wickedness, that's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. It says, okay, it says, but let him glorify the Lord on this behalf. On this behalf, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Lord. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the power? And if the righteous,
so we pretty much you know, the Israelites are going to be judged first, man. You got your wicked, you know, as we say, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans getting up to all sorts out there, you know. But at the end of the day, bro, y'all are gonna get fucked. Y'all are getting judged, man. You got the first of all, the elites, these troops and all that. They want to come against your ass anyway. They want to starve you out. They want to do all sorts of stuff to you tribes, yeah. But you know, that's where it starts. A lot of jakes are getting took out. All sorts of jakes are dying and stuff like that. That's just part of the prophecies. But then you other nations, you're gonna get it worse than that, because yours is coming after. When you get yours, oh man, you really gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? But don't be surprised. You see a lot of these jakes, these tribes dropping dead and all that. You know what I'm saying? And from different things, they're just dropping dead, or this person's dead. This, you keep hearing it. People from certain neighborhoods and stuff like that, certain towns in the UK, or it's just big men, young men, or you know what I'm saying? Could be up in age or whatever, whatever. Or they could be in their 60s, it could be in their 50s, could be in their 40s, could be in their 30s, could be in their 20s, dropping dead. I'm not talking about getting stabbed, shot, or nothing like that. I'm talking about to just drop dead.
Oh, that's true. I heard that recently, man. Someone let me know someone just died of a heart attack. Young guy, out of nowhere. A Jake too. You know, that happens. So I've got some more here. It says, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Lord, and if us, what shall the end be of them that obey the gospel of the power? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the godly and the sinner appear? Wherefore let him that suffer according to the will of the power commit the keeping of their souls to him in well doing as unto a faithful creator."
Well, when you go back, when you read it says about him, where would the ungodly appear? If the righteous can get judged like that, how is the ungodly gonna get judged nowadays? But first of all, the other nations are going into 1,000 years of or whatever of captivity, right? So that means that they have to get serve captivity because we served it. Now you got all this information, but disinformation on the internet. They're trying to worm their way out of that. But history is history. You can't worm your way out of what is historical facts. You know, transatlantic slave trade, and even in history, you know, you can go to the British Museum, and I think it was what empire was it? The Lackish.
Is that the
What Persia? No, it wasn't actually. It was one of them groups. I think it could be even the Assyrians. That Israelites in
Assyrian victory over Judah.
Right, Assyrians, right?
Yeah, Assyrian.
Yeah, the
Judah, the Lachish
Lackish, right? It was Assyrians, and you see them Israelites in captivity. So this is ancient history. Even when the slave trade was happening, you could type in the Arab slave trade. The Arabs, Saudi Arabians, all these people, they had a hand in Jake being in captivity. So, and by the way, you Syrians, and that's you Latin Latinos, you was the Northern Kingdom. You was under them guys, and you don't even know it. So, that you gotta understand the bigger picture here of what's going on. Go on, you got it, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So, where were we? You had something, Nate?
Yeah. This is Daniel's chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which for the children of, and there shall be a time such as never since there was a nation."
So you got Michael the Archangel here mentioned in the book. There's this a movie that I put a clip up of. Would have been a couple of years back now. That it was years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, and it was the exorcism of Michael King. Right, and basically, his wife had died in a car accident, so he was mad at, right, as an Edomite would. So what he did was, he said he don't believe anything. He's mocking angels and spirits and stuff like that. That like they don't exist, which a lot of people don't believe they exist anyway. We got demons on them all day. See, we fortify our minds against those things, praying, and fasting, and we got to pray more. That's our spiritual powers. The spiritual, see, these demons, they'll try and go and consult demons. So you got to do that in the and we call on the name of the Lord. But anyway, he started going to anything. Now he went to a couple, right, that they basically was doing the left hand, and there was a couple things, little points, but the main point was that he went to some demons, but they was doing it, and he said, "Well, where's the angels at? Like, why can't I just summon them?" Because remember, he didn't believe in nothing. They basically asked that them angels, you can't get in contact with them, man. They ain't listening. They ain't trying to come down for you. But he said the demons now, they're ready to play, and that's the time that we're in. You see, the demons and the angels, they got different jobs, right? The spirits, the demons, they're having a field day right now. Didn't they say to the Lord, "Are you going to torment me before my time?" Because when they come down through them portals and shit like that, they're like venom, man. Venom. They jump on people and shit. That's how they need vessels. Them demons want to hop on people's minds, attach them like venom. That's just how they're built. That's what they do. So you can't tell me that isn't that out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me the Most High's not out there, man. He's got these spirits like venom and shit, and it's attack. They ain't rested. They can't rest unless they're on somebody. That's why you got to battle these things. See, that's another reason why you got to battle them, because that's what they do. They want to jump on people, man.
I got some.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is Acts 19 and 13. It says, "Then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits, the name which had evil spirits, the name of the Lord Yahushai, saying, We adjure you by Yahushai, whom Paul preacheth. And there were seven sons of one Sceva, a Jew, a chief of the priests, which did so. And the evil spirits answered and said, Yahushai I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye? And the man in whom the evil spirits was leaped on them and overcame them and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of the house naked and wounded. Going into
so you can't. So if you ain't got the right, if you ain't anointed, you can't do them exorcisms, man. And then the demons will curse you out like, bro, you ain't even right. that can hop on you right now, because you ain't got that the spiritual protection. You ain't one of the prophets, Paul and them, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So them demons know I can't jump on this particular prophet, man. He's got this hedge. Or, sometimes the Lord might allow the certain strong demons to fuck with you, because all that's green lighted.
Yeah. That's like where you get things like like sicknesses and things like that. You get brothers that like
nightmares.
Brothers believing in the Lord. We get things like sicknesses, but that's how the Lord does it. He will, like, it humbles you, makes you get sick and ill and things like that. But they're not allowed to. The demons are not allowed to destroy you, but they can plague you for a little bit. Like with them illnesses and stuff, man. Like what the Lord did with Job. But the people, just general society, people are just filled with them wicked spirits. They don't even have the righteous hedge to begin with. I've got some more on this.
Yep.
Right? It says, and the man in whom the evil spirits was leaped on them and overcame them and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of that house naked and wounded. So they were even in them. Demons injured them. And this was known to all the Jews and the Greeks also dwelling at Ephesus, and fear fell on them all, and the name of Yahushua was magnified. And many that believed came and confessed and showed their deeds. Many of them also which used curious arts brought their books together and burned them before all men. And they counted the price of them and found it 50,000 pieces of silver. So mightily grew the word of the Lord and prevailed. Yeah, that was it, man.
Yeah, man. And by the way, miracles and things like that, the Lord's gonna be ordained and stuff like that soon. Where brothers will be able to have the power to heal and stuff like that. And then that's when, as the scripture says, man, shall be willing in the day of thy power, because the Lord is going to give power to his elect. If you don't believe that, just read the script, read the Bible. It's in there. It's in there, man. The Lord said to do that. That's what happened back then. So that's what's going to happen today. Here it is. Someone will believe that some witch can do something and manipulate all this, but then they don't. The Most High can give people spiritual powers. So it's showing you where you are like you're a demon. You believe in your gods are demons. It's all right, the demons giving people power and all these kind of things, but the Most High can't do it. Like, these people, but you guys are going to be able to do this and do that. Oh, that's what they believe. Well, you believe demons though. It's all right when the demons can do it though. That's because you are plagued with spirits. That's your gods. That's your masters. You get your people, the ascended masters, theosophy and all that sort of stuff. Which a lot of these old ancient, some of these philosophers today running around, these feminism and that, and a lot of this is witchcraft.
Yeah.
You're a divine woman and all this witchcraft, man. Matter of fact, American God shows you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a quick precept.
Bill quiz.
Yeah. Philosophies, man, on the planet. That's why it's no coincidence that the Western world, shall we say, fully promotes feminism, man. That ain't no coincidence. And they go against the customs of the nations outside of the Western world, because they kind of fit more aligning with the old ways, basically, which is having your households in order and stuff like that. Esau promotes against that. That ain't a coincidence. That's a spirit behind it. It's an evil spirit behind that. It's a spirit of rebellion. Feminism is rebellion and all that, which is what? Witchcraft. That's what the Bible says. Anyway, yeah.
The precept.
Yeah.
Just on the point you made earlier. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 22. Was brought unto him one blind and dumb, and he in so much that the blind and dumb both spake, a miracle. And all the people were amazed and said, "Is this not the son of David?" But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, "This fellow doth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils."
Yeah.
So we don't read about Yahushua, right? And it said, "Is he not the son of David?" Proving that Yahushua was from the line of David, Judah, through the parents Joseph and Mary, which were Judites, right? And their lineage, and both their lineage went through back to David. So basically, they were Judites. He was called the son of David because when you read it in Matthew's 1, it actually tells you, it gives you the line and shows you how he goes back to David. Anyway, which allows so there you go. So that's what he was getting called, the son of David. Which in the reincarnation, King Solomon. Matter of fact, King David really called him Lord. Why? Because King Solomon was Yahushua. You can have a son that's like that is over you, basically, the incarnations in the scriptures. So you come back in your lap. That's how we could be the head of our households, of our family lines. Especially if they're in the world, then you're over their ass because they're not in the truth. So they might physically be, older than you and stuff like that in this in the world, in the flesh, but in the spirit, you're really the head of your family lines. Okay, and that's how heavy that's how spiritual this truth is. That's how deep it goes.
Mm-hmm.
That is how deep the rabbit hole goes, bro. And that goes into your first fruits breakdown of who the first fruits are. What the first fruits, the first spirits ever created. Those are the heads right there. Because you got loads of Israelites, man. You got Israelites all over the planet. You got Israelites scattered amongst Thailand, fucking India. You get Israelites in those places. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 15 and 22. For as in Adam all die, even so in Hamashiach Yahushua shall all be made alive, but every man in his own order. Hamashiach, the first fruits, afterward they that are Christ. Sorry, Hamashiach.
Sorry, read that again, brother, please.
Yeah. 1 Corinthians 15 and 22. For as in Adam all die, even so in Hamashiach shall all be made alive. But every man.
So what it said in Adam will all die, right? So basically, man, through Adam, through the flesh, Adam sinned, so in the sinful flesh, we die. People die, everyone dies, right? Because the manner of sin is death. So nobody's perfect. All these people running around and especially with females, they act like they're fucking God's gift. They're crazy. They're insane. I don't know what to call them. Psychopaths. I don't know what to call them, man.
Do no wrong.
Well, but that's insane. So, but all that's going to be that philosophy of the Queen of Heaven. That's why there's statues of women all over the place, like the Queen of Heaven spirit. Yeah, goddesses in the ancient world to these females and shit. Dionysius, you know what I'm saying? The temple of Dionysius, the temple of this, the temple of that. So that feminism is that philosophy, but and now they've got the Virgin Mary one, which they've tried to take the Yahushua, the Lord's mom, and make her a goddess. People actually pray to her, man.
Yeah.
I think in Catholicism they pray to Mary, but that's a goddess worship. Anyway, through Adam we all die, right? So pretty much in this bodies you're gonna sin and then you're gonna die. least you have now. Yahweh Shai, the sacrifice on the cross was so we don't have to go through that process anymore. But soon we're not going to go through that process. Right? Go ahead.
Quick precept on what you just said about Mary. Luke 11:27. And it came to pass, as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked. But he said, Yea, rather, blessed are they that hear the word of Yahweh and keep it.
Read that again, please.
Yep, Luke 11:27. And it came to pass, as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked.
Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps that has given us. So go ahead.
But he said, Yea, rather, blessed are they that hear the word of Yahweh and keep it.
Right, so blessed the woman and the womb. And it was like, nah, hell no. Don't bless that. You know what I'm saying? That woman worship thing, oh, you know, she gave birth, you know, her teeth, you know, which a lot of you females don't even like breastfeeding. Like you're using bottle formulas and shit. Yeah, so you're not even breastfeeding, which is what, you know,
You're supposed to do, isn't it?
right, it's in nature that tells you that. You know, that's what the animals do. If you got cats, any animals, that's what they do. You'll watch them do it naturally. You know, unless they got spirits on them, man. And then, but that's most of these females. A lot of them like, I don't want children. They don't want children. And then there was a thing going on about that. That there's like in the City of London, that most of the females, they didn't want to have children until they're in their 50s. That's if they wanted children. So they want to get a career. How the hell are you going to be having children? You know, no children your whole life, and then you become 50 years old. And you go, oh, by the way, with a child. And you've had multiple partners. You all fucked up. You might not even be able to have them kids. So you know, it's just a mess. This kingdom is an absolute fucking mess, bro.
Well, there was something I read before about that. Like, there's a career woman, and she basically, you know, after she reached the pinnacle of her career, whatever, manager positions or whatever it is in some buildings, office buildings, then later in life, she concluded it was all bullshit because she didn't have no kids. So you're all up in age, you've become this boss bitch or whatever you perceive you are, you know, and then probably looking down on all sorts of men because you're getting more money than them all your life. But then you realize you ain't even got no kids to have to enjoy it with. What the hell was what you went against your natural nature, man. You've been deceived, basically, you know. Yeah, I got something here.
Yeah, the feminine by the serpent.
Yeah, it was deceived by the serpent.
Yeah.
Philosophy of Esau. So,
Which men actually set up feminism.
yeah, which is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You women talking about feminism, it was actually set up by fucking men.
Yeah, like women didn't fucking get their pitchforks and musket guns and fight for rights and all that. You know what I mean? They fucking got given it by the devil, man. But that's how they go on. They go on as if they've actually fought for this. No, you was given these philosophies, man. That Gardinian pact, innit? You know, that's what
Right.
they say.
Yeah, and the elites, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, they're the ones that actually set feminism up to tax people. I mean, you weren't a woman that just woke up like Margaret saying, no, she didn't set it up. She was the tool, but it was actually set up by the Rothschilds, Rockefeller elites to tax. Like the money, the shekels, as I say, with the fake so-called Jews, the Amalekites, they love the shekel. They need a shekel, so they set it up so they could tax. You get more money if you tax men and women rather than just taxing men.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. So they get double now. That's double.
Well, the Rothschilds, they were even they were big on starting to take away, you know, the sewing equipment and stuff like that. Because women of all, like from the 1900s and stuff, moving into this generation that we're in now, they don't do it at all. But they used to sew. So Esau took all of that out and brought in what you have now, shopping districts and stuff. You know, like basically they done it for you, you know. So they were getting them away from that, their natural nature, basically, you know. And I was bringing because it goes into all of that, man.
Yep.
Because women before, most grandmas used to knit jumpers for their grandkids and stuff like that, you know.
And you know what's making me meditate on? They set up the Industrial Revolution. Then we're in that, I can't remember if it's the 5th or 6th revolution that we're coming with the digital age and that.
Yeah.
You know, basically, like, if you ain't got a phone, it's hard to do anything.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
But you know what I'm saying? But you can, but you're just living rougher. You know what I'm saying? That's a good spirit. Like, it makes you feel good sometimes when you just go rough. And you just gotta, but you know, obviously the way society works, you kind of need that convenience of certain stuff. So you need the apps and
yeah,
you know, you need certain stuff. That's what we do. But then sometimes, you know, you might go out with your phone or some shit, and now you gotta just be rough. You know what I'm saying? So it puts you in a kind of different spirit. I like doing that. So, but right now everything's all robotic and digital and that. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah, definitely. Or even where we were just at the day, man, they were, you know, you basically don't even get phone reception, man, in that area. You know, that, you know, further you go in that area, you don't get no phone reception.
Yeah, there's certain places where you don't really get reception like that. As strong, because, you know, it depends on what part in certain places, you know, you don't get. Because I remember we was in the motherfucking mountains of fucking Iceland years ago, and we had phone reception up there.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. But yeah, you're right. But and then, you know, that's what it is. But then when you go on the grid, you got robots that clean floors and shit in industrial buildings. You know, they'll have the robot in the industrial buildings and it cleans the floor and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got something here. I mean, unless you have something, Nate.
No, go ahead.
Okay, let me read this here. This is I'll get this one quickly. This is wait a second. Joel 2 and 3. It says, a fire devoureth. Yeah, you know, I'll read from the top actually. Joel 2 and 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. And this is the point I want to get. It says, a fire devoureth before them, and them a flame burneth, and the land is as the garden. And them a desolate wall, yea, and yeah, meaning the destruction that's going to come is going to bring us pretty much back to the beginning again, you know, that the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, because it's basically going to end all this 5G. There ain't gonna be no more 5G towers. And after this destruction, it's gonna be flatlined, you know, so we can build again, man. You know, there ain't gonna be no more stupid fucking digital mobile phones which fry your brains. You know what I mean? Wi-Fi and all this Wi-Fi signals and all this, you know, digital gridded off stuff, man. Basically, gonna go because and I think also all this technology that we have, it's the Lord's anyway, man. It's just the Lord's allowing Esau to use it for, you know, his wicked purpose. Because you're not supposed to be having no damn Wi-Fi's in your house. But that's why a lot of us get sick, man. The shit burns your throat, burns your brain. You know, you're always having to charge these mobile phones. The radiation we're completely fried all day long, man. You know. Anyway, man.
No, that's on point. I mean, that's on point. I mean, the human theorem is the Most High's technology. You know, but the Most High, you know, we're gonna see out in the kingdom how, you know, I mean, when you watch some of the movies, sometimes, you know, you see technology in the chariots, holograms and things. You could get holograms, or you know, or screens come up and they can see stuff. We don't know what's going on. We don't know. We can't say that's how the angels are using it, because they might not be using it like that. You got the predators and all that. They got the predators even had technology and stuff, you know. But we don't know how the Most High is doing it. You know, I mean, the scriptures talks about focusing on things that are on the earth. You know what I'm saying? But one thing we can tell you is that Esau either, with his technology, he's using it to fucking control people, to kill them, radiate them, and food, fuck up the crops. You got the HARP, he causes earthquakes. HARP does all sorts of different things. HARP programs, I think, involved in earthquakes and destruction, and in the GMOs and that, and all that. It's quite a big program. It's multifaceted, as I say, behind a lot of things. You know, if you get, you gotta go and research it, but you know, but it's involved in all that GMO and different things, man. The HARP program, that's a weapon that Esau uses to destroy. You know,
Precept. This is Isaiah 54. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
Yeah, that's the nuclear missile. So that's going to be your third world war. That's going to take place. You got Russia, China, you got the Axis powers, you got, which everybody, if you can't see that now, you're tripping, you're buzzed off. Russia, China, Iran, yeah, all these places, all these countries, these are against the Western countries, and then you got NATO up in there. So you got people that really, you know, stances are gonna have to be made soon, because there's all kind of trouble brewing in the Middle East, and it's like stances and deals have to be made as to who's with who and who. You know, you got neutral countries, but then you got making stances. You know, Egypt didn't want to get involved. You know what I'm saying? But then really, you know what they really want to do. But then they're selling out at the same time. You're gonna have all of that going on. They don't know whether they want to just be, you know, in with the goodies with the Amalekites and Moabites, or secretly they really want them done. So you got a lot of things going on with that, but it's going to get to the point where, well, the scripture says the least shall amass. Amalek right there, drawing everybody else is doing, as we can see what the hell he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Genocidal maniacs, man.
Right.
If I can make one point. And when you read the scripture talking about the missiles and the technology that the Lord has given Esau, right? When you actually look into the history of it, with the networks and all of that all came out of war. You know, it was basically defense against war. So you take one network down, the other network's still running. If Russia was to nuke America, they got networks somewhere. That's kind of how the internet got progressed. All this technology we got now, the apps, this and that. You know, so the Lord used it to push this word. The main, you know, the internet does the heavy lifting, and also this technology is to bring about an end to Esau's kingdom. It's twofold, you know. It's going to bring the missiles to end his kingdom.
Well, it's all military technology. These phones are military technology. That's why even now you see these phones. You can get these GPSs. You can pinpoint somewhere in the middle of nowhere. That's that public. What's that thing they call it? Enemy of the state and stuff that they had 30 years ago in the army. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've had this technology for years. What the public gets is nothing but like watered down military stuff that they've improved on.
Even we used to have things. Remember, we used to have them, but handheld radio talkies.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing but just a amped up walkie-talkie with internet on, basically, man.
Yeah.
You know.
That's just what it is.
You know, and they showed you that in the movies, like the movie like Star Trek in the 60s. What did they do? They used to press their little badge and they'd talk for it. I'm coming to the deck now. You know. So they'd always show, because Esau's got his military complexes. He's got like hidden bases in mountains and all that, where they're doing these secret tech. They got tech, man. You know.
Well, even these genocidal maniacs. These guys recently, what were they doing in that Lebanon? They were blowing up supposed T people's phones.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see all of that?
Pages and all that.
Come on, they were
Yeah,
straight
yeah.
up targeting their mobile phones and blowing it up and that. You know, they were saying they were killing, you know, people that were against their state or whatever by targeting their phones and exploding them.
Mm-hmm. The technology that we're going to have in the kingdom, in comparison to that, is, remember, Isaiah the 2nd chapter tells you it's going to be eternal peace. You know, it's going to be technology that works with nature. It's going to be in order. You know, how much we shine in the creation. You know, not destroying.
That's the East. I got something.
I was going to say this year that was a quick one.
No, go on, man. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, bring it.
Okay. Genesis 27 and 40, right? It says Genesis 27 and 40. It says, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
This sword is his military. Esau does things for his benefit, not for your benefit. You know what I'm saying? This GPS, walkie-talkies and all that we're talking about here, spying on intel of other countries, spying on people. In fact, the phones and all that is actually, and Facebook and all these apps is collecting data. They actually tell you that about data to it. They tell you that you got a ticket, or in some of you can't not ticket. So it's all about connecting data of the people. That's what they do. Wherever you go, the information, what you're buying, they collect. It's all data, intel of the people. That's what they're doing. Even when you get the social credit score, it's going to be how your footprint and how you go about things. Then they can come with, well, you're spending too much, or you're doing this too much, and then they're going to, it's all control. You know, I was thinking about over there in Russia. Apparently, how they got it is, if you trying to, like you might be trying to find somewhere, so you pull out Google Maps. It puts you on the wrong streets and shit, and it does things like that. Or it tells you going the wrong way down the street, and they do that for military purposes. That's what goes on in Russia. So people, just to throw people off, so the locals kind of know the streets, and that's just for spies and that. Now, obviously, they got heavier levels of doing that, but they do that just for the general public on the fucking Google apps.
That to throw off your trail and things like that.
Yeah. So you have to use your brain over there. So that just shows you that the internet is it's a military thing, and Putin and them know that.
Well, even years ago, see, it's funny you said that, because years ago in England, like in the Frog and stuff, you had like the black cabbies. They call it like the knowledge. Black cabs, before they would have to know, you know, basically you'd have to know. People use their brain more. They'd know the side roads, know every crevice of a town. Now you ask people, they hardly know anything. They have to use phones, man. So that kind of goes into even how this technology, as much as it's dumbed the minds of people down as well. That was also a ploy, you know.
Then a lot of them cab drivers lose
business and all that.
Business and shit. Because you got the apps.
You got the ICE and driver jobs and stuff. So the Esau, yeah.
All you gotta do is link to your bank. You just press a button, and the dude's around the corner. He just follows it. He just follows the map, the GPS, GPRS. Let's look at the difference, and then he just follows it.
Can I bring this information out quick just to back up what we're talking about? I typed it in Google, DARPA and the internet. The defense.
DARPA. Man, they had that DARPA in that game, Metal Gear Solid shit. They used to always mention DARPA and government shit in the games again, in the movies, because it could bring certain things out that to bring it out normally, people would trip out. But that DARPA, you know, is another key. So this is what we're saying. Go ahead.
Yep, it says the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, known as DARPA, the key on the development.
There you go. So the DARPA, they control in the development of the internet, man. Now, I remember in the game you had to do something about the DARPA chief. I don't know if they took him out or something, but it was to do with some government. Actually, it was to do with the development of the metal of the military had a top secret weapon. That's what they're put in there. Go ahead, which is funny, man. Go ahead.
It says the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, known as ARPANET, the first wide area packet switching network, initiated by DARPA in 1969. ARPANET was the internet's ancestor and was decommissioned in 1990 after partnerships with the private sector ensured the commercialization of the internet. And that's what goes into the 90s onwards, and where you had the dot-com boom and all of that, you know, the different commercialization of it, you know.
Yeah, because even think about it, the internet. Remember the internet? Remember when you used to have that dial-up?
Yep.
Then look how quickly it boomed from dial-up to what you have today. It's like it's that super speed now, isn't it? It's like you know, and that wasn't that long ago. That dial-up, you know, not the connection when you pick the phone up or whatever. Now look at it.
Yep.
So what is the goal with the whole internet and the speed and all that? Is the grid? Well, remember you got 15-minute cities. Everything's going to be in that 15-minute city. You're not going to need. They're going to be high-tech cities. You're not going to need anything. All you're going to need is to be in that just 15-minute radius. Food, everything you need, and super speed in that city. Grids.
15-minute cities, yeah.
You know.
You need a fast-moving internet to be able to interface with what they're gonna TV. You know, interactive for you to be interactive around you. You know, yeah, I think it was Boris Johnson that said it. He had a speech when he was talking about you're gonna go into your house. You know, the reset, the door's gonna open, this and that. You know, he was talking about that, man. So that's Esau's dream, you know. But the Lord's gonna basically, he's gonna bring out the MLTV, but the Lord's gonna cut his kingdom short, man.
That vain imagination, isn't it? I got one, right? It says Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand." And
Well, that's what they're doing. They've got the power. So every day we're seeing political moves and just systematic moves towards the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. We're seeing it. We're seeing it all the time. What's going to happen? What are they going to do? You know, you just got to keep watching what's going on. You know, how they're going to go about bringing this. Remember, they need order and chaos, so they need order out of chaos. So when the chaos ensues, they're going to use these digital solutions as the solution to all out barbaric quote unquote chaos. It's going to basically style like there was, but they would probably need a digital control. You had that movie, was it Elysium? You had a couple of movies actually, and it was like that, like where that it just seems peaceful. But you know they got so much movies like that.
Demolition Man.
That when you get to the top, it's just all kind of peaceful. But it's all run by technology. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to have it like that. But they're still gonna have people in slavery. They're still gonna be killing people.
Yeah.
You know, that's how Esau gets down. Like, show you that in them films. There's always some dark secret going on behind what they're doing. You know, because remember, the people have to be in slavery, and the elites are going to be at the top. That's what the control's about, to protect the elites. The elites already are blowing up people, bombing people anyway. That's to protect them. They're trying to get that new world order. They're trying to get the blessings of the kingdom in their demonic blessings. They want the kingdom, but they've got to do it. They've got to crawl up some other way to get that, to try and get that. You know, they ain't going through Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai, that's not how he's setting out. You know what I'm saying? The kingdom, our kingdom ain't gonna be like that. You're gonna have no mark of the beast. and chip in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? 15-minute cities and all that
GMO
rubbish.
foods,
Right, GMO foods
poison
and
in the air. Come on, man. This is
that.
the
But
only.
ye shall eat the bugs and be happy.
Yeah, and they
Come
can,
on, man.
and they can actually open.
Y'all fucking serious with this shit. That's how you know we're in the end, bro. And that's how you know we got the truth, man. And you, a lot of y'all, you like you scoffers, you ain't even cursing this sort of stuff out. Y'all are full of shit, bro. Like, this is real talk. You shall eat the bugs and live. These elites have come out and straight said that out of their own fucking mouths. But that's why, man, there's a reward for the prophets that are teaching this. Because y'all ain't shit, man. Y'all are still there talking shit about us when you got them doing all that type of shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
I mean, they're just at this point now. These
Crazy.
elites. They're just coming out in the open with what they're doing, man. And you know, we've been saying this over the years. They're just blatantly, you shall eat the bugs. You shall own nothing and be happy. All of this, man. They just they're killing. They openly just genociding people. You know. Before, you know, we know they've been doing it. Now they're just doing that things all up out in the open. But what's the answer to all of this? To end it all, Yahweh Shai, man. See, no one's got the answer, but we do. None of these other religious movements, so-called religious movements, they don't have the answers. But Yahweh Shai is the answer. He's gonna end all of this. You know, as he gave him the birthright, he's the one that's gonna take it off of him. You know, Isaac, which is the Lord. Isaac is Yahweh Shai. You know, if you can have the ears to hear it, he's coming back to take the sword from Esau as he give it to him. Yeah, because I want to say as well, because Esau, man, all this talking institutions he sets up. Remember, this is still at the end of the day the Roman Empire. Control everything ultimately is through violence, man.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 2. And he's about to fully Al-Bashmi Shai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall reign it while.
That's the new world order, basically. Because they are going to get a lot of people. They're going to get a lot of people yabbed in
size chip, and he's set all this. Well, he said it. The Most High controls everything anyway, because it's his movie. Things that are written and prophesied of, the Most High actually created them. Esau didn't do it. The Most High did it. But I was gonna say that you know that the Most High is behind this as well, man, because here is Esau's. He's been ruling. He's been doing. He had Jake in slavery, and the man's still in power, ready to try and control people again with a chip. Like, this man's just had all this fucking. He's doing all this stuff. Yeah. Right, this is crazy.
Yeah.
He already had transatlantic where he could burn Jake's alive, and fucking make any one of their women they want, do whatever the fuck he wants. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, these black women, they got Stockholm syndrome, man. They just love Edomites. You know what I'm saying? They just got something for Edomites. You know, but you know, but it's crazy. That he's done all this and he's still in power here. He wants a new world order. How much do you want?
Yep.
How much kingdoms do you want, man?
Bro,
this is crazy.
The Jakes have had this exactly. People at the Jake has had nothing in this system for time and generation after generation. It's true. What I mean, the scripture says it. They can never have enough. You know.
Yeah.
Scripture says it. That's
for that.
That's the mind of the wicked elite of Edom. They can never have enough, man. And that's why we always make the joke amongst ourselves, you know, like the great millstone. Like, if Esau, even when if he was to destroy all the people on the planet, they would destroy themselves, man. That's how maniacal these elites are, man.
Then brothers going into the technology thing, but that was part of this prophecy as well. The wisdom shall be increased, because you got you have 50s and 60s and all these, people started little fit developments and in the technology, people using them typewriters and that, you know what I'm saying, and then all of this, like, what they know is, then there's black and white TVs, people going to each other Friday night or something. got TV, one TV to his fucking neighborhood, street or whatever. All of that to this.
All you have now,
The
yeah.
50s, 60s, 70s. It's all moved quick. People on phones and that.
Plasma screens.
Oh, right now.
Cable.
Right. Yeah. Now the phone all day watching. You can jump from YouTube to this, to that, to different apps. You can watch the BBC. You can watch TV on your phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
Go on, Nick.
what you quoted, I believe. I hope it's the one. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Yeah, because that was our law. We're gonna fulfill that law in the kingdom to come. Also, you're supposed to leave food for people. Basically, you don't just glean all the grapes. You know what I mean? You don't just take all the grapes or all the goodies. Basically, you share with your neighbor.
Yeah.
But Esau, he that's not in Esau's nature. He just takes and takes. I mean, like we're saying, that what else do you want? What else does he need, man? You know? I mean, come on, man. You've got people live like man. These wicked elites, they can cure the world of a lot of problems overnight just by funding things, but they don't. You know.
I got another precept.
Yeah, fund like non-GMO. I mean, why have you got GMO in the first place? You shouldn't be doing that. And brothers always talk about that. The fact that you got to find real food, it doesn't make no sense. You know, that should be normal, but that's not the world we live in. We know, and people should fucking beware right now that we're in the hands of the wicked.
Yeah.
That he's running this system. Yeah, and that's just how it gets down. So that's why we want out. If you don't want out, then you're a moron.
You're part of it, man.
You're part of it. Yeah.
You're part of it.
You're in the matrix. You're just part of the framework. And, you're just part of this.
Yeah. Yep.
I got another one. This is Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death.
That's talking about the Esau, man. And really, they're elites. But then you're going into Esau, they're elites. How they get everything is through their militaries. So that's talking about how did he attain everything that he had attained it. Basically, raping, robbing, killing. And Esau doesn't kill like even ancient kingdoms. War is part of the Lord's, the Heavenly Father. He created war, man. The Most High, he created war, man. That's part of life. Kingdoms battled with each other. You see it, Game of Thrones, and the different TV shows even show you stuff like that. Kingdoms battle, but he doesn't. The script, Esau kills for sport. He just keeps killing. He'll just keep killing. It's never enough, man. That's how they got everything that they have. All right. Go ahead, Mac. Is there more on that?
Yeah. It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
And they can't be satisfied. That's going into what we're saying. It's never enough.
But gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people.
That's you can even put Babylon right there. America's got every planet lives in America. You got all nations. Where you can. Anyway, yeah.
Just gonna go back to Joel 20. There's a bit more in that.
Right.
Since we're talking about the nukes and how he's going to be taken out. This is verse 24, Joel 20 and 24. Verse 23. When he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. it is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gal. Terrors are upon him, which is the main way that his kingdom's going to be taken out, is by the nukes, and obviously the fire from the chariots too. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places, a fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, which is through what? The Lord raising up his prophets, as he does at the end of every kingdom, to what? To claim the end of it, and the main way that's been. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him.
Right. So pretty much Esau's done, man. Esau's finished, and that's the bottom line. So he's gonna lose his kingdom. He's gonna lose all his power. So in a time of there's gonna be more hate, more lies, more destruction, more control that he's gonna be trying to bring in, more chaos. You're gonna have these. America's gonna become a how part of chaos. You got things coming up. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. More slanders or all sorts of stuff, man. So there you go. So anyway, man, but I'm gonna be on this channel until for a couple weeks until the other channel, straightens it as I can, certain things. So we're on the air for a bit. Obviously, we're gonna catch you brothers, in the next show. Lord willing, was edifying to you brothers out there. And we're still here, man, fighting the fight, a good fight of faith. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom, man. The Bible said the apostles salute you soldiers out there.